Today I fucked up by making a North Korea joke to pay my power bill. Today I learned that Venmo takes the subject of your payment very seriously. Every month when the power bill comes up, my roommate alerts us of in a comical manner. We've received the Star Wars title scroll with the text reworded to describe the bill, the Stranger Things intro sequence, you get the idea. Well, this time I get a link to a subtitled North Korean news broadcast, link here. So naturally I send my roommate the money via Venmo with the subject North Korea is best Korea. Within seconds, I get a notification in the Venmo app that my payment has been halted pending review by Venmo's Compliance Department per Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, guidelines. There is a 48 hours hold on the payment and I'm required to submit a statement of sorts explaining my payment. It's been about an hour and I've already had a phone call with the customer service department that can be summed up as "can you not?" It would seem that there is a list of words that will get you into trouble on Venmo, but all the usual jokes about cocaine and hookers are good to go. It's been a fun morning. Too long didn't read, paid power bill with subject North Korea is best Korea. Got flagged per Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, guidelines. Still haven't been able to pay the power bill. Edit, here's the Stranger Things one he did for us last month, removed as it had our actual names on it. Edit number 2, and the Star Wars one. Edit number 3, despite all this annoyance, Venmo is still really useful and I'd recommend it. Just avoid funding rogue states and terrorists while you pay for mundane items. It's hard, but I'm sure you can manage. Edit number 4, they let the payment go through. At least the CS department is pretty quick on these things. I hope that video made someone's day at Venmo. Now back to funding rogue states and terrorist groups. My monthly payments to the KGB and ISIS are late. Edit number 5, removed Stranger Things link due to personal info issues. Edit number 6, looks like the link to the vid in question is currently killed. Not sure if hug a death or what. May, just keep F5ing. Edit number 7, link is no longer killed. Be gentle. Edit number 7, obligatory thanks for the gold kind stranger or whatever edit. Edit number 8, proof for the doubters. Edit number 9, no mirror for the link available. My roommate whipped it up at his office, and we don't have a local copy of it. Hopefully the Reddit hug ends soon enough for people to be able to view it. Sorry, frown. As if people will put incriminating things into the description anyway. Payment for nuclear missiles. I have actually put that as a reason when sending utilities money to my roommate. Nothing was halted though. Excuse me, I would like to buy some nukes, good sir. Certainly my good man, that will be $62.84. Death to the capitalist scum! Quite. Indubitably. With this grand sum of coinage, we shall overthrow those capitalist dogs. I fucking died at Death to America. Your roommate has a good sense of humor, mate. He manages to make these bills bearable. Promote immediately to moderator in r/Pyongyang. Deleted. Today I fucked up by not paying more attention to a bump on my penis. This actually happened a few minutes ago. Might as well whore some Reddit karma while my dick stops bleeding. So this started a few months ago. I noticed a small red bump at the base of my penis. No way it was an STD related thing. Haha, virgin Redditor. And I never let it touch public toilets. Also was at the top left of the base. Anyway, I noticed it and thought it was a weird thing that just happens and left it alone. Fast forward a couple months, and it's getting bigger. I employed my normal strategy of nah, it's fine. However, a couple of days ago I noticed it's big and red. I looked it up and found out penis pimples or ingrown hairs are not uncommon, but this thing was big. If this sized pimple was on my face I would have popped it a long time ago. But this was more sensitive. I finally resolved to pop this fucker. It hadn't gone away for months and it clearly wasn't going to now. I was ready for the whole shebang, shave to make it easier, find a needle and sterilize it under a flame, have a box of tissue in hand, etc. If only that had happened. As I was thinking of where to find a needle in my house I had to take a shit. So I do, and then the thing fucking pops while I'm looking at it. I was actually a bit relieved that pus came out so I could be sure it was a pimple. But after I got the white pus out and it was blood, I realized it was still pretty big. I pushed onward and kept squeezing. After another layer of blood came out, there was another layer of pus. Then an ingrown hair. What penis god did I piss off to deserve this? It was still pretty big, so I kept squeezing and a fucking third, albeit smaller, layer of pus came out. I kept squeezing even though it was pretty small and it was just blood coming out. The bleeding stopped quickly and it didn't hurt that bad somehow. I'm now waiting to see if it will go away. If not, I'm going to a doctor. Also not going to fap for a few days, don't want to reopen the wound and become a bloody wanker. Too long didn't read, penis bump turned out to be a triple pimple and an ingrown hair, had to popped it before any prep work could be done. Hopefully not infected. Edit, thanks for the awards lol. The bump has gotten smaller and I'm still applying Neosporin regularly, thanks for the tips y'all. Dude, one time I had a small black dot right above the base of my dick for months. Who knows how long it was buried in my pubes before I noticed it. It could have been years. I eventually resolved to squeeze the living hell out of that fucker, and I still think about this most glorious of ingrown hair pops from time to time. At least 20 hairs worth of hair popped out of that thing along with a decent amount of puss. That's even grosser than mine, sorry man. Bloody wanker, love it. Hope you heal up fam, that sounds like a terrible situation. Put a little antibiotic cream on it. Should be fine. If it was just an ingrown hair. I'm gonna agree with this, but add the caveat that if it does not settle down in a couple days, go see your doctor. Antibiotic creams don't do anything for infections under the skin. I've literally seen someone die, not saying you will, but I have seen it, because they went by this thought process and their doctor went along with it. Yeah, don't fuck around with it. Staph infections happen really easily. Ingrown hairs can take a long time to heal, and can come back once the hair follicle regrows. When it regrows, try to tease the hair out of the skin so it can grow outward. GL. I cut the thumb knuckle on my right hand. Rinsed it and started using polysporin. It never healed and kept oozing. The skin peeled around it, and it just looked badly infected. This is the first time I couldn't heal a simple cut on my hand. Went to the doctor and he said it was cellulitis caused by staph. I had to take oral antibiotics for a stupid half-inch knuckle cut. They worked though. Keep it very clean, as there have been many a horror story on here of ingrown hairs gone to abscess. I would find some saline and flush it out, and use antibiotic cream. Keep a close eye on it, and if you notice any more signs of infection, go to the drive ASAP. Do not fuck around here, especially because the groin and armpit has so much bacteria / sweat and or other. You could use a marker to circle the area of redness today so you can see if the redness is growing. True, I'll find some cream. Luckily I'm not a very sweaty person, and it's freezing so it should stay dry. Today I fucked up for thinking of moving home because of a noise that was making me crazy. A few months ago I was lying in bed about to fall asleep, when I start to hear a noise that seems to come from upstairs. The noise was like a bouncing ball falling. The ball began to fall from very high, and the noise intensified as it began to approach the ground. Then stop, and would come back again. The sound was soft but very close. I am someone who sleeps anywhere, anytime, in any position. I'm like Chuck Norris falling asleep, but this was crazy. A sleep deprivation torture. The sound continued for another 30 minutes and stopped. There were days when it kept going for an hour straight. Days when nothing just happened. Sometimes I heard it during the day, which was almost equally horrible because I couldn't concentrate if I was reading or watching a movie. But he appeared mostly at bedtime. This went on for over a month. One night I was very tired and decided to go to bed early, 9 p.m. And of course there was that motherfucker again. I did not think. I got out of bed, opened the apartment door and climbed the stairs to my upstairs neighbors. So there I was, no bra, wearing a t-shirt with prehistoric spots, some pants with 3 sizes over mine. And with the classic trousers inside the socks for extra heat. With hair where any bird would proudly wear as a nest. And of course knee socks of different colors and sizes because everyone has a black hole sucking socks inside the washing machine. At this point in my decaying life, I didn't even bother to put my shoes on. So there I was, climbing the stairs with nothing planned to say. As I approached the door I could hear a lot of noise in their house. I ring the bell and a girl opens the door. Everyone in that house came to see what was going on. They were all very well dressed, as if they had come from a wedding or something and visibly lightly drunk. So there I was in the hallway explaining to a group of fancy drunk people that there is a noise like a falling bouncing ball coming from that apartment. She tells me she has housemates but the room above mine is empty. I still say that it is impossible. That the noise comes almost every day, and it's been a month and I'm starting to go crazy. She says she doesn't know where the noise might come from. There is nothing at home that can make a sound that I tried to mimic. Yes, I imitated a bouncy ball with different voices for a group of fancy drunk people. So there I was, thinking as we talked that none of this was going to get resolved and most likely would have to move house until I say, without much thought, wanna go see it. So there we were, me and 8 other fancy drunk people in my small room quietly waiting for the noise to appear. And of course, nothing happened. I apologized to everyone, I took the fancy drunk people to the door and went to bed to spoon with my shame and retardness. This was last week. Today a friend came here for the afternoon. While we were talking the wild noise appeared. I was hysterical. Are you hearing this? Yay. I can no longer with this noise, I think I'll have to move house. It comes from your warmer. So my heater has 2 buttons. One to turn it on and one to change the temperature. And it seems that when the heater is off and the temperature button is in heat mode, it makes a weird noise that looks like a bouncing ball and the echo of the house sounds like it comes from upstairs. Too long didn't read, I'm retarded. I thought heater immediately. I had a very similar thing with a radiator, sounded like people hitting a tennis ball outside. Went on for months. I was running to the window to check who the fuck was playing tennis in the road. Way too long to work it out. This made my day for 2 reasons. 1, oh my god that's hysterical, and 2, this is absolutely something I could see myself doing. Thanks op. Lol, I know that sound. I was having the same issue for a while until I figured it out. Now we got bigger problems, rats. Sometimes they will fight each other and skeal upstairs or underneath the house, kinda terrifying but I'm used to it. LOL. The description of what you were wearing when you went to your neighbors. My god, I visualized it all, that's my typical look after I get home and take the dogs out. Op, I am so glad you didn't have to move, thank you for making our morning tongue. I want to be a fancy drunk, but I'm too sloppy.